Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 1 and today we will be presenting our statistical report about baby dumping cases in Malaysia. This report focuses on survival aspects such as the main causes, age of offender and public awareness regarding this issue. My name is Muhammad Arikwan and I will start with the first paragraph, which is a bar chart showing the main causes of baby dumping among teenagers in Malaysia from 2022 to 2034. This bar chart illustrates the main causes of baby dumping among teenagers in Malaysia for 2020 to 2024. The data highlight various social and personal factors contribute to this alarming issue. It aims to identify which causes are the most influential in driving such cases. Features. The data focus on 5 major causes: education, fears, pregnancy, poverty, and family background. It reflects how social pressure and lack of awareness contribute slightly to the problem. Variable. Lack of sex education, fear of family and society, unwanted pregnancy, poverty, and broken family. Most popular cases: lack of sex education with 35%, and the least popular cases: poverty and broken family was 10% for each other. For comparisons, the rate of baby dumping cases by lack of sex education 35% is significantly higher than any other factor, provide that poor knowledge and awareness strongly influence this issue. Second, fear of family and society was 25%, is slightly lower than the top causes, showing social stigma still playing a major but less role. For the third, these causes linked to poverty and family broken was 10 for each other are frequently lower compared to the other causes, suggesting these are minor contribute factors. For the conclusion, overall, the data reveals the baby dumping among teenagers in Malaysia is primarily caused by a lack of sex education and social fear, rather than financial or family issues. Strengthening education awareness and community support can help reduce these issues significantly. Next, this is pie chart show the distribution of baby dumping offenders by age group in Malaysia for the year 2024. The purpose of this data is to identify which age range contribute the most to baby dumping cases, helping authorities focus on prevention and awareness program for vulnerable groups. The features. The chart divides offenders into 3 major age groups to represent level of involvement among young and elders. It highlights the dominant role of teenagers in baby cases, reflects serious social and educational challenges. Variables: 15 to 19 years was 60%, 20 to 24 was 30%, above 25 years was 10%. The most common age group was 15 to 19 years, 16%. Less common age group was above 25 years, 10%. 3 comparison more than a half, 16% of the offender aged 15 to 19 years, showing the teenager involved is the most dominant. About one-third, 30% of offenders are aged 20 to 24 years, indicate the young adults also contribute to this issue but to a lesser extent. Only 10% above 25 years, meaning older individuals, are frequently involved in baby dumping cases. In conclusion, baby dumping cases are mainly committed by teenagers, with a smaller portion among young adults, and very few older offenders. This shows the importance of education, awareness, and earlier intervention program targeted at adolescents to reduce future cases. Thank you.
The line chart above shows the number of baby dumping cases in Malaysia from 2018 to 2024. The total cases change every year, showing a big drop at first and then a small rise in the final year. From 2018 until 2023, the number of cases kept going down from 128 cases to only 60 cases. But in 2024, the number went up again to 75 cases after several years of decline. In 2018, there were 128 cases and it dropped a little to 125 in 2019. The number kept falling to 104 in 2020 and then to 86 in 2021. The cases continued to decrease to 66 in 2022 and 60 in 2023, which was the lowest point. However, in 2024, the number increased to 75 cases. From the chart, it is clear that the number of baby dumping cases dropped by almost half within 6 years, from 128 cases in 2018 to 60 cases in 2023. The biggest decrease happened between 2020 and 2022, where the cases fell from 104 to 66. This shows that the effort to raise awareness and enforce stricter laws might have been effective during the period. However, in 2024, the number increased again to 75, showing that the issue still needs serious attention. The data shows that the number of baby dumping cases did not drop evenly each year from 2018 to 2019. The change was very small, but a noticeable decrease happened in 2020 and 2021. The trend continued to go down until 2023, which recorded the lowest number of cases. However, by 2024, there was a slight rise of about 15 cases, suggesting that the issue remains unstable and could increase again if not properly addressed. In conclusion, the number of baby dumping cases in Malaysia kept decreasing from 2018 to 2023, but there was a small rise in 2024. This shows that the problem has improved over the years, but it still needs more attention and action to stop it from happening again. The pie chart shows the baby dumping cases by state in Malaysia for 2024. It aims to show which states had the highest and lowest number of cases. From the chart, we can see that Selangor had the biggest share of the cases, while Sarawak had the least. Most of the cases came from other states combined, which made up almost half of the total. It can be seen that slightly more than a quarter of the total baby dumping cases came from Selangor, making it the state with the highest number of cases. Around a tenth were from Johor and slightly less than that came from Perak. Sarawak recorded only around 120 cases occurred in other states. When comparing between states, Selangor alone contributed more than a quarter of the total, which is almost equal to the combined total of Johor, Perak and Sarawak. This shows that the baby dumping is much more common in urbanized and densely populated states, whereas less developed states such as Sarawak made up only a very small portion of the total. The chart also shows that the vast majority of baby dumping cases occurred in Peninsular Malaysia, with Selangor, Johor and Perak together making up nearly half of the total. On the other hand, Sarawak and the remaining states contributed less than half combined, showing a clear imbalance between regions with higher population and those with fewer inhabitants. In short, Selangor had the highest number of cases and Sarawak had the lowest. This shows that the problem is still more serious in big and busy states like Selangor compared to smaller ones.
The title of the graph is Impact of Baby Dumping. The current graph shows the number of cases and type of impact caused by baby dumping in Malaysia. The data focus on four main impacts: emotional trauma, loss of life, social stigma, and legal punishment. It highlights how baby dumping leads to serious emotional and social consequences alongside legal action. Emotional trauma to mother, loss of life baby, social stigma, legal punishment. Most severe impact loss of a baby, 1010 cases. Least impact legal punishment, maximum 20 years of imprisonment. For comparison, loss of life baby significantly highest number of the cases for accidents or the impact. For social stigma, 4.3 cases, fractionally highest the emotional trauma cases, 256 cases. For legal punishment, subsequently lowest category, indicating that legal consequences are less reported compared to social and emotional impact. For conclusion, the graph shows that the most critical impact of baby dumping is the loss of life among babies, followed by social stigma and emotional trauma to mother. Legal punishment, although severe, remain the least represented in case number. This data reflect the need for greater awareness and prevention report to reduce such tragedy. The title of the pie chart is Public Opinion. Who is responsible? It shows how people distribute responsibility among four different groups: parents, society, government, and media influence. The data focuses on four main groups: parents, society, government, and media influence, which show how people distribute responsibility among these groups in different proportions. For variable parents 40%, society 30%, government 20%, for media influence 10%. The most popular response is parent with 40%. The least popular is media influence with only 10%. Parents make up two-fifths of the total, so they are seen as the main responsible group. Insecurity accounts for three-tenths, indicating that many people believe collective behavior play an important role. Government and media together form three-tenths, which means less than one-third of respondents place responsibility on institutions. For conclusion, overall, the pie chart shows that the public mainly blame parents and society rather than external institutions like the government or media. This suggests that people view responsibility as something that begins within family and community.
Hi everyone, my name is Sharifah Rabatul Alawiyah, binti Sekmada ID, and my menstrual number is 17DSP23F 1041. Today I will be covering the topic about prevention and strategies. Now let's move on to the first graph, which shows the levels of awareness of baby hatch programs in Malaysia for the year of 2024. This chart compares two groups, teenagers and adults, to see how much each group knows about baby hatch services. From the data, we can see that adults are the most aware group, with around 70% being fully aware of baby hatch programs. This is a great deal higher compared to teenagers, who are only about 50% fully aware. This shows that adults have dramatically greater understanding and exposure to this issue. On the other hand, about 30% of teenagers said they are not sure, compared to only 20% of adults. This means that teenagers are significantly more uncertain, suggesting that more educational outreach could help them understand the purpose of baby hatches better. When it comes to those who are unaware, the difference is like teenagers are a little bit higher than adults. Lastly, the misinformed category shows a fractional difference, meaning very few people from either group have incorrect information about baby hatch programs. In conclusion, adults are drastically more informed, while teenagers still show some uncertainty. This highlights the need of awareness programs in school and youth communities to help bridge the knowledge gap and encourage more positive understanding about baby hatch services. Thank you. For our next part, we'll be talking about the second graph, which shows the sources of information about baby dumping in Malaysia from 2015 to 2024. As you can see, the pie chart highlights 5 different sources: social media, news or TV, friends and family, school or education programs, and NGO or hospital outreach. The data shows that social media is the most popular source, making up about 40% or 2 out of every 5 people, which means that a great deal of Malaysians are learning about baby dumping issues through platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Next, both news and TV as well as friends and family contribute around 20% each, which is 1 out of every 5 people. This shows that even though digital platforms dominate, traditional and personal sources still play a significant role in spreading awareness. On the other hand, schools and NGOs only account for 10% each, or 1 out of 10 people. This indicates that formal education and outreach programs are slightly less effective in reaching the public. The difference between these two sources is only marginal or very small. Overall, we can see that social media awareness increased dramatically over the years, while school-based and NGO programs remain limited. This suggests that future awareness campaigns should focus more on educational and community engagement to balance how people receive information. In conclusion, baby dumping remains a serious moral and social issue in Malaysia, often caused by unwanted pregnancies, fear, and a lack of open family communication. To effectively prevent this problem, efforts must begin with education and honest discussions among young people and families. Schools should introduce comprehensive sex education to promote awareness and responsibility, while parents are encouraged to communicate openly with their children about sensitive issues. Additionally, promoting baby hatch facilities and counseling services can provide safer alternatives for those in crisis. Finally, the involvement of religious and community leaders is crucial to spread awareness, guide values, and strengthen moral support within society. Together, these steps can help reduce baby dumping cases and build a more caring, informed, and responsible community. That's all from me. Thank you.